Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Okay, and a very good afternoon. I bid to all my beloved student H2P5 and also H2P4 and as well as H2P5 for nanti afternoon. Okay, so as usual, teacher would like you to drop your attendance in the live chat in our in our this class, right? Okay, so cikgu nampak Suhaili, Nik, Gan, Email, Zila, Jaslinda, Siti Aisyah. Okay, so please remind yang lain Soleha, Tanggila, Akmal Adib, Irdina Natalia, Darshan, who else? Okay, apa lagi? Henry YB mana YB? Okay, Henry. Okay, please alert and drop your attendance in the live chat. Okay, so basically today cuaca kat luar sejuk-sejuk ni. Okay, so cikgu harap you all jangan salahkan cuaca whatever how is the weather outside there. Okay, you all always maintain. Okay, Aina Nasuha, Idina Natalia, Rafni. Okay, so please alert kawan-kawan lain, Shishan. Okay, so we are going to proceed with our lesson today. Okay, and my intention today, okay, we are going to proceed with cellular respiration, where we are going to continue to discuss the next interesting topic ataupun the next metabolism process, okay, after done the link reaction, which is Krebs cycle. Krebs. Cikgu ulang ejaan. Okay. Krebs. Okay. Krebs. Remember class So this is the correct way to spell Krebs. Right? So Krebs is actually referring to the scientist that discover or showing this metabolism pathway. Okay, so he's the one that he's the one that responsible or actually discover this Krebs cycle metabolism process class Okay, so I think anyone ada yang nak nak nyanyikan untuk cikgu right? Okay, I already share the video from Dr. Amir. Dr. Amir, he is teaching at College Matrikulasi Johor. Okay, so previously dulu Dr. Amir rajin untuk record a video Okay, so that is your senior kelas Senior kamu yang nyanyi lagu tu. Okay, kalau kamu masih ingat, kalau kamu tengok pada video that have been teacher share tu Amiza Rafika, Ainu juga nampak Arisha. Okay, so keep on register your attendance kelas Okay, Barik ya. Okay, Balong. Tengah makan nasi ke tu? Right, okay, apa pun just focus kelas. Okay, so if dalam glycolysis we learn 10 step, dua we have to memorize 2 enzymes. Okay, 10 step, 2 enzymes, okay, and all the product. Okay, the substrate, 1 substrate glucose and the end products that you need to memorize. Okay, now we are going to continue to the Krebs cycle, the another pathway after link reaction class Link reaction you all kena memorize. Okay, from 1 glucose you have to memorize product ni ialah 2 acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, 2 NADH and 2H plus 2 carbon dioxide Okay, untuk Krebs cycle, right? Okay, we are going to see satu je objektif dia kelas ini Okay, we are going to discover only one learning outcomes. Okay, at the end of the lesson, every single of my student, okay, kamu Balong Barik, Rafni, Shishan, Arisha, Darshan, Soleha, Su, okay, Nik, Gan semua Aisyah able to illustrate to explain the Krebs cycle. Right, okay. Kalau kamu ingat lagu sebenarnya, kita nyanyi sama-sama, okay? citrate, okay, citrate, okay, start with citrate, okay, citrate isocitrate, okay, number 3, alpha ketoglutarate, succinate, fumarate, okay, malate oxaloacetate, okay. So that is the video that been shared by Dr. Amir in order for you to memorize all the substrate, okay, substrate that involved during Krebs cycle, okay, substrate and products, okay, for each step kelas so mari kita nyanyi semua sekali lagi kelas walaupun hujan ni rasanya nak warm upkan diri kamu elok juga kamu sambil-sambil nanti sambil-sambil makan, sambil-sambil mandi sambil-sambil borak-borak, okey, suka-suka hati nyanyikan. Kalau dulu Balong Barik nyanyi lagu apa tu, Doraemon kan, wa tu cerita Doraemon lagu Stop Cordon. Okay, so now hari ni cikgu nak you all nyanyikan pula the 8 substance okay, where we consider from each level they become substrate and also they become products in term of their specific step. Okay, so citrate isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, kamu Miza, okay, succinate, fumarate, malate oxaloacetate, okay. So that is all the 8 substance that you're going to discuss in Krebs cycle. Okay, so inilah orangnya kelas Hans Krebs, okay. Puan Henry Henry, where are you Henry? Teacher tak nampak lagi Henry ni. Okay, Barik hadir tolong beritahu Henry. I think email ada dah email. Alicia email. Aina Nasuha ada dah, okay. Okay, so kelas so this is the handsome scientist. Okay, he's the one that proposed this tahun 1930, lama dah okay. This is the scientist, okay. Krebs is the German British scientist, okay, were responsible to come up with the pathway. So until now everybody, I mean all the whole world using his concept what we call as citric acid cycle, ataupun nama lain kalau you Google kamu jumpa tricarboxylate acid pun ialah itulah dia right. Kalau ikut Krebs cycle based on his name, tapi kalau based on substance, okay, we are actually dealing with the citric acid, right, okay. And if teacher ask you, ini soalan popular kelas yesterday I think during tutorial pun kita dah bincang, okay. So when the question ask you kat mana berlaku Krebs cycle, okay, Krebs cycle berlaku dekat matrix of mitochondria. Matrix remember kelas So if teacher enlarge the the organelle of mitochondria, where is it? So it will happen here. Okay, so the Krebs cycle will be here dalam ni kalau nampak kat sini the Krebs cycle. Okay, now let's explore. Okay, glycolysis 10. So Krebs cycle ada 8 ni nombor ong banyak ong Chishan right. Chinese suka nombor 8 san se uliu cipak okay. Selalu kalau kita tengok kadang-kadang toke-toke besar suka beli nombor 8888 mahal tu. Okay, so the Krebs cycle is actually another pathway, okay. It's a metabolic pathway where we learn about the organic fuel is oxidized. Okay, bila cikgu sebut saja oxidized kelas automatically you bawa balik konsep redox reaction. Okay, where redox reaction like teacher mention kelas remember this short form kelas okay, GER and LEO. GER means reduction, gaining electron. LEO means oxidation, losing electron. So in this process again, it involves redox reaction, where when substance will undergo oxidation, losing its electron, and at the same time there will be a substance, okay, where will receive this electron and act as an electron carrier, right? Okay, so in this case, these are the cycle. The Krebs cycle that you need to master for this cellular respiration after you done looking at link reaction. Okay, kan? Glycolysis ada 10 step, link reaction ada 2 step. Okay, now tambah lagi Krebs Cycle ada 8 step. Okay, so what are the 8 step? Just now tadi cikgu start dengan citrate atau lagu tadi kita start dengan citrate. Why we start with citrate? Yes, citrate is actually substrate that form from oxaloacetate 4 carbon with the acetyl CoA 2 carbon. Okay, oxaloacetate 4 carbon ni kelas ni. Kalau you tengok apa ni detail oxaloacetate 4 carbon satu, dua, tiga, empat okay. Then dia akan bind with acetyl CoA 2 carbon. Okay, 1, 2 carbon. So it will form citrate. Okay, citrate, citrat. Terpulang belakang mula asalkan ejaan betul C-I-T-R-A-T-E citrat. So that's why teacher start dengan citrate tadi kelas bila kita nyanyi, because teacher nak tahu this is actually nama lain dia ialah acid cyclic cycle. Okay kelas so you may refer to our notes Our notes it is on page 75. 75 kelas this is 75. You may refer to page 75. Okay, citrate isocitrate. Okay, and then alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl, succinat, fumarate, malate, oxaloacetate. Okay, always remember that 8 it memang sangat penting. So when there is just now teacher, now you all bear in mind. Okay, let's look on page 76. You all boleh tengok kelas step by step how it is explained in term of step. Okay, so kalau you tengok kat sini kelas step 1 step 1 as you can see here. Okay, step 1 is condensation process Okay, step 1 is refer to condensation. Cikgu ulang. Okay, step 1 condensation process, which is as you can see here okay, the acetyl CoA from the link reaction process okay is unstable right. Okay, so because this bonding of acetyl group is unstable, so these 2 carbon acetyl group become added and attached to 4 carbon oxaloacetate. Right, okay. So this is what it means by condensation. Condensation ni pembentukan kelas okay. Ataupun dalam kata lain untuk mudah is entry of acetyl group. So mana datangnya acetyl group ni kelas? Yes, it's from the acetyl CoA As you can see here, okay, the 2 acetyl group becomes added and attached to the 4 carbon. Here kelas this one. Okay, the coenzyme A will remove. Okay, will break coenzyme A will break break ni. So 2 ini akan attach to the oxaloacetate to become citrate. Okay, as simple as that So you all boleh tengok dalam muka surat 76, you all boleh highlight kat situ. Okay, and then tengok kepada step 2. Okay, step 2 when you see this again kelas this molecule, okay, citrate become isocitrate. So basically kamu boleh terus beritahu cikgu okay. Tolong typekan dalam chat kelas. Apa nama proses nombor 2 kelas? Daripada citrate become isocitrate. So you all akan tengok kalau in biology you no need to go detail about it Okay, tak perlu tahu detail sangat. Tapi kamu akan faham, right? Okay, it's actually kalau you tengok kat sini carbon 5 ni carbon kat sini yang berlaku arrangement That's why okay dia jadikan from citrate dia jadi isocitrate because the involvement the water as well Okay, so this is what we call as isomerization. Cikgu ulang. Okay, isomerization where it remove one water molecule and then again they add another water molecule. So with this addition and removal of water molecule, the 6 citrate can be rearranged to become its isomer, isocitrate. Boleh kelas Okay, so how dia nak rearrange? Okay, dia repositionkan the hydroxyl group daripada C3 to C4. Okay, daripada C3 to C4 kelas So kamu nampak kat sini ni C3 okay, pergi kat C4 kat sini they rearrange. Right? Okay, so that very simple kelas Okay, so far boleh ikut cikgu. Cikgu harap tolong tulis dalam meeting chat kelas in our live chat, please respond. Do you get me or not? Okay. Again, class, ulang balik step 1 apa kelas? Type in the meeting chat, please. Okay, step 1 is condensation. Come on, class, teacher nak you tengok. I want to see the response from you. Step 1, condensation. Please write down. Okay, please drop in the live chat. Okay, number 1 is condensation. Anyone? Cikgu tak nampak lagi. Kalau tak nampak, cikgu tak nak force it di kelas. Okay, at least somebody so that teacher tahu yang kamu ikut cikgu. Alright, okay. Cikgu hadir, cikgu condensation. Yes, email. Good. And then number 2, tolong tulis step sekali email. Okay, kalau kamu letak step 1, step 2, then cikgu bawa sambung step 3. Kalau tak, cikgu tunggu sampai kamu respon. Okay, kelas step 1. Anyone? Tolong step 1 email baru tulis condensation. Condensation step berapa email? Write down the step as well. Okay, step 1 condensation. Step 2 isomerization. Teacher nak tengok tu daripada dalam living chat. Sorry, live chat Okay, I'm still waiting for you to write the live chat in the live chat. Okay, come on class. Respond to teacher Cikgu nak kita communicate. Okay, step 1 condensation. Yes, good. Okay, email. Step 2. Step 1 condensation. Step 2. Okay, step 2 isomerization. Very good Right. So ingat kelas Step 1 condensation. Okay, step 1 step 2 isomerization. Thank you Shishan and also Alisha email. Okay, so next we proceed ke kita tengok. Now dah jadi isocitrate. So what next? Macam mana from this isocitrate, okay, we can gain ataupun we can extract the electron. Okay, class step 3 is a very important step where we are going to look at the next step is oxidative decarboxylation. Yes, so ini ada dua metabolic process occur kelas oxidative satu, decarboxylation satu. Okay, when you see the terms of decarboxylation, automatically always remember this is formation of carbon dioxide. Cikgu ulang balik semula kelas We have discovered this term decarboxylation during link reaction. Still remember pyruvate okay, from the cytoplasm enter the mitochondria. Okay, the pyruvate will undergo decarboxylation and oxidation as well. So bila sebut saja decarboxylation, of course it will form carbon dioxide. Okay, so itu satu perkara yang cikgu nak kamu lihat. So you can see detail here kelas okay. Kalau cikgu zoom kat sini ni, you can see okay. From the isocitrate just now, this molecule will undergo decarboxylation. So that means decarboxylation daripada 6 carbon, remove, tolak 1 carbon to form carbon dioxide. So tinggal 5 carbon. Okay, itu one thing lah decarboxylation. Okay, and then one more thing, isocitrate akan oxidize. Oxidize means it's losing its electron Isocitrate tolak elektron, meaning losing its electron. So kat sini berlaku apa kelas? Okay, Leo kat sini berlaku step 3 berlaku Leo. Okay kelas step 3 ni oxidative means Leo. Apa means Leo? Leo means oxidation, losing electron So isocitrate, the 6 carbon, the 6 carbon isocitrate will oxidize. Oxidize means losing its electron. Okay, so where what substance that will receive the electron from the isocitrate? Okay, so this electron will be passed to the NAD+. Right, NAD+, like we have learned during glycolysis, step 6 class remember step 6, okay, where it involve NAD+ as a cofactor Okay, so NAD+ again will receive the electron from the isocitrate and form NADH+, H+. Okay? Kenapa tu Shishan? Yang ni hadir dengan line yang lemah. Okay, Henry, cikgu ambil apa? Cikgu noted Henry. Anyway, thank you for your effort. I'm really appreciate it. Okay, Henry tak nanti that's why teacher buat StreamYard ni, video ni. So after this, kalau nanti when you go back to your home during your mid-sem break, boleh nanti ulang tengok balik Okay, and anyway, thank you YB. Alright, so kalau lihat kat sini kelas from 6 carbon become 5 carbon. And the name from isocitrate become alpha ketoglutarate. Citrate isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate. Dah 3 selesai kelas Okay, so ingat isocitrate oxidize, that means dia akan undergo LEO. LEO means losing electron. So electron yang lose tadi akan diambil oleh NAD+. So that's why you can see isocitrate, okay, oxidize, the electron, okay, will receive by the NAD+ and convert to NADH. So inilah menjadi electron carrier, electron carrier, okay. And then at the same time, isocitrate remove one carbon. Okay, so it will undergo decarboxylation to produce carbon dioxide. Okay, settle nombor 3. Okay, nombor 4. Cikgu, samalah step dia. Yes. Okay, step 4, again repeat the same process as step 3. Iaitu oxidative decarboxylation. Meaning, dekat sini bersebut saja decarboxylation, okay, formation of carbon dioxide. Okay, so tolong apa ni kelas, drop in the meeting chat. Decarboxylation, okay, as teacher mentioned, it will the process to produce carbon dioxide. Alright, okay. So as you can see from the, boleh cikgu zoom kat sini kelas when teacher zoom the apa ni, the substance alpha ketoglutarate sekarang tadi berapa carbon kelas? Drop in the meeting chat please. Okay, drop in our live chat. Okay, alpha ketoglutarate is 5 carbon. Right, okay, undergo decarboxylation, meaning remove one carbon to form carbon dioxide. Okay, so it will become succinyl-CoA. Succinyl is 4 carbon. Because succinyl will be the 4 carbon, 4 carbon molecule. But okay, in this case, in this step 4, dia ada satu lagi extra kelas Okay, apa extra ni kat sini? This this succinyl dia tak stabil So in order to stabilize the the molecule, okay, dia bind with coenzyme A. The remaining molecule is then attached to coenzyme A by unstable bond to form. Okay, jadi dia bentuk unstable bond, meaning coenzyme A, okay, that bind to the succinyl, okay, actually is unstable bond. So that's why kamu tengok kat sini. After this, you akan go to step 5. So far boleh ikutkan saya. So cikgu nak kamu drop in apa ni? Drop in the live chat. Step 3 pula. Step 3 kamu kelas. Step 3, step 4 sebelum kita move to step 5. Okay, cikgu nak you all drop in the meeting chat please. In our live chat. Someone tadi email dah, Shishan dah. Yang lain Barik ke, Miza Rafiqah ke, Edina, Akmal, Jaslinda, Siti Aisyah. Tak nampak ni Siti Aisyah. Tasha tak Alif, where are you Alif? Okay, so please Okay, step 3 apa kelas? Step 3 is oxidative decarboxylation. Step 4 also oxidative decarboxylation. I'm still waiting for someone to respond in the live chat. Okay, cikgu still waiting kelas, come on. Sambil tu cikgu akan nyanyikan lagu Citrate isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl, succinate, fumarate, malate, oxaloacetate. Kamu Emil, kenapa Emil delete tu Step 3 kamu kelas. Okay, step 3. Yes, step 3 oxidative decarboxylation. Thank you Soleha. Okay, next. Step 4. Step 4 kelas. Step 4 sama tak dengan step 3? Okay, thank you. So Soleha dah tulis oxidative decarboxylation. Okay, step 4. Teacher nak someone Henry Okay. Sedih pula cikgu baca apa ni luahan hati, luahan. Okay, yes, email. Thank you. Alicia email. Okay. Oxidative decarboxylation. Yes, okay. So you dah dapat kelas Yang pertama tadi apa kelas? Condensation. Okay, kita buat sekejap, recap balik Step 1, condensation. Step 2, isomerization. Step 3, oxidative phosphorylation. Step 4, oxidative phosphorylation. Yes, very good. Betul Alicia email. Okay, now let's proceed to step 5. Okay, tengok-tengok. Cikgu, familiar lah term ni. Yes, okay. This is the term that you already learn under glycolysis class. Remember step 7 dengan step 10 during the payoff payoff phase. Okay, so now again in Krebs cycle, okay, again you jumpa balik this substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, so just now the succinyl CoA, which the succinyl were attached to the coenzyme A just now. Okay, it will the breakdown of high energy bond in succinyl CoA menyebabkan si coenzyme tadi displace. Okay, so coenzyme A ini akan diambil alih oleh phosphate. Right, okay. Phosphate iaitu what we call from phosphorylate GDP. Okay, GDP to become G3P. So untuk step 5 ni dia ada extra sikit kelas. Okay, ada extra step before it can produce ATP. Kalau dalam step 7 and step 10 glycolysis tak ada involvement of GTP and GDP ni kelas. Okay, but in substrate 5, we need another molecule, what we call as a GDP. So GDP, okay, will transfer its phosphate, okay, to form G3P. Okay, phosphate group ni akan transfer to GDP, forming GTP. So from this GTP, barulah kita akan go similar step how in glycolysis step 7 and glycolysis step 10 forming an ATP. Okay, class Okay, so GTP can also be used to generate ATP. So kalau nak tahu ini detail, this is up to you to read extra. But for our syllabus, teacher, now you all get the idea. When talking about substrate level phosphorylation in Krebs cycle, which is step 5, it involves the G3P, which actually similar to ATP. Because succinyl CoA to become succinate. That is step number 5. Okay, ada lagi 3 step, right? And then after that, kalau you all dah nampak the whole idea, we are going to proceed to discuss the tutorial question. Okay, next step 6 kelas. Okay, step 1, step 3, step 4 apa tadi kelas? Oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidative decarboxylation. Okay, tiba-tiba pergi step 6, okay, from succinate to fumarate. Succinate berapa carbon kelas? Tolong drop in the meeting live chat. Succinate berapa carbon? Succinate berapa carbon? Come on kelas, succinate berapa carbon? Anyone please? Succinate, fumarate. Succinate berapa carbon kelas? Obviously kat sini berapa carbon? 4 carbon so succinate 4 carbon, again it will undergo the redox reaction. Okay, so when succinate oxidize apa kelas? Leo. Apa maksud Leo? Leo means losing electron. So succinate akan hilang elektron, losing its electron. Okay, kat sinilah kamu akan dapati, kamu akan jumpa another type of electron carrier, which is FADH2. Cikgu ulang ke kelas Right, okay. So sebelum ini kamu step 6 glycolysis, kamu jumpa NADH. Step 3 dan step 4 tadi NADH. Am I right kelas Nampak tadi kelas Step 3 Step 3 NADH Step 3 NADH. Step 4 NADH. Okay. Tiba-tiba sampai step 6 cikgu. Apa ni? Ni apa? Okay, FADH2 is another type of electron carrier that involved during metabolism in Krebs cycle. Okay, so succinate 4 carbon will convert to fumarate 4 carbon, and succinate buang electron kelas remove electron. Okay, that means we call it oxidize. So bila succinate remove electron ataupun losing electron, this electron will be received by FADH, FAD, and FAD will reduce. Reduce mean apa kelas? GER, GER means gaining electron. Okay, FAD reduce atau reduction. Okay, reduction. Okay, so FAD reduce atau undergo reduction process where it will gain the electron from the succinate and it will convert to FADH2. So succinate tadi bila dah oxidize, dia akan tukar menjadi fumarate. Boleh kelas Step 6. Okay, apa step 6 tadi ulang? Oxidation. Okay, atau sometimes also can be known as process what we call as dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation. Right? Tapi kalau kamu ingat hilang elektron je tahu that is oxidation. Okay. So we are looking at the second last step in Krebs cycle. Okay, sebut saja hydration is actually involved of water. So step 7 ni mudah kelas Dia melengkapi proses metabolism of Krebs cycle where the fumarate, okay, the 4 carbon molecule fumarate, alright, will rearrange, okay. Kat sini kita panggil hydration. We are kalau step 2 tadi kita panggil isomerization because we see the rearrangement but in this case, okay, it more to addition of water. Okay, water is added and water akan rearrange. Kalau tadi isomerization yang step 2, tambah air, buang air dua air terlibat Tapi dalam ini dia hanya addition of water, so we just call hydration. Okay, and the fumarate become malate. Okay, so the malate will be the last stage. Okay, the last stage where kita boleh extract lagi elektron. So in this Krebs cycle banyak proses yang melibatkan formation of ataupun removal of electron from the substrate ataupun from the substance So ending of Krebs cycle, okay, the ending is oxidation. Again sama dengan step 6 tadi. You all realize tak kelas step 6 tadi? Okay, so step 6 is so step 8 is oxidation or dehydrogenation Okay, so this process where 4 carbon malate just now, okay, oxidize. Sebut saja oxidize, ingat kelas Leo. Leo kelas oxidation mean losing electron. So malate akan remove electron, akan losing electron, dibuang electron kelas So of course electron ni tak membazir kelas, okay, electron ni akan digunakan nanti towards the end of oxidative phosphorylation, okay, during the chemiosmosis process. Okay, the ETC and the chemiosmosis process to for ATP. So malate akan remove electron. So this electron will be taken by NAD+. Okay, to form NADH. Reducing mean apa kelas? Ingat pada gaining electron So NAD+ akan gain electron, undergo reduction process to form NADH. So after done, remove the electron through the process of oxidation, malate will become oxaloacetate, convert to become oxaloacetate. And what happened to oxaloacetate class? So oxaloacetate 4 carbon, okay, will cycle balik Okay, will cycle balik, start with apa tadi kelas? Condensation. So the 4 carbon akan go balik proses condensation and continue again the cycle. Right, the cycle continuous selagi ada glucose, the Krebs cycle, selagi ada glucose and selagi ada oksigen, right, the Krebs cycle will continue Okay, so we have done cover all the 8 steps and let's recap and summary okay about this Krebs cycle net yield. Okay kelas net cycle net yield of Krebs cycle per glucose. Okay, kenapa 2 cycle? Okay, cikgu nak kamu respon dalam live chat kelas Yes, 4 carbon, good. Okay, kelas kenapa 2 cycle ni? Why it is 2 cycle kelas? Per glucose ada 2 cycle. Ini kamu kena ingat dalam konsep glycolysis. 1 glucose, it will break into berapa kelas? 2 pyruvate Okay, jadi each pyruvate will undergo its respective cycle. Okay, so 2 pyruvate, 2 molecule of pyruvate, so they going for every different cycle. Okay, so Alisha Emil, okay, pyruvate 2 pyruvate, so that's why 2 cycle. So when there's 2 cycle, okay kelas when there is 2 cycle, kenapa dapat 2 ATP? Kat mana dapat 2 ATP? ATP kat mana kelas? Kelas, namakan step yang hasilkan ATP? Step 5 Okay, kelas step 5 hasilkan apa ni? ATP. Ingat kelas so kenapa 2 ATP? Because 2 cycle. Okay, then step berapa lagi yang menghasilkan step mana yang menghasilkan NADH? Okay, yang akan menghasilkan NADH ialah step kelas ingat step 3. Okay, step 4 lagi. Anyone respond kat teacher kelas? Step 3, step 4, step 6 dengan step 8. Okay, kelas sorry, sekejap. 6 tu 6 tak 348 348 348 is for NADH. Okay, boleh kelas Step 3 is oxidative decarboxylation. Step 4 oxidative decarboxylation. Step 8 is oxidation. Okay, so this step produce NADH. Okay, so satu cycle 3, jadi 2 cycle 6 6 ni sebab 2 cycle kalau satu cycle 1 Okay, step 3, step 4, step 8, 3 So 3 kali 2 dapat 6. Boleh ikut cikgu kelas Okay, yang step 5 ni pun 2 cycle kali 1 dapat 2. Okay, FADH kenapa 2 kelas? Sebab ini berlaku dalam step 6. Step 6 kelas oxidation where it involve the FADH2. Step 6 so ada 2 molekul. Okay, 2 pyruvate 2 pyruvate kali 2 pyruvate lah. 2 cycle. Okay, 2 cycle kali 1 molekul 2 cycle. So dapat tu dapat 2 Step 6 ni 2 2 kali cycle. Okay. Okay, carbon dioxide kenapa 4 kelas? Where is carbon dioxide happen? Okay, carbon dioxide happen at step 3 decarboxylation dengan step 4 Step 3 dengan step 4 decarboxylation. Okay, so step 3 dengan step 4 2. Okay, 2 step kali 2 cycle so that's why you dapat 4. Okay, 2 kali 2 4 carbon dioxide so that is the overall recap okay when you learn about the Krebs cycle, okay, the net yield of Krebs cycle. Right, okay. So ada apa nak tanya kelas? Jadi minggu depan kita akan continue with oxidative phosphorylation. So let's move to discuss tutorial question. Teacher now you all buka muka surat ni kelas, page everyone buka buku tutorial, kita nak bincang soalan tutorial muka surat soalan 3. Okay, it is on page 25 kelas. Okay, page 25 page 25. Okay, so the question asks you to label all the process. Okay, D state the name of the process of each stage label in figure 2. Okay, so let's naming the process. Okay, kelas nombor 1 apa tadi? Again, number 1 is condensation. Right, okay. So ini soalan jawapan untuk D condensation. Cikgu harap kamu boleh nampak soalan nombor 2 is isomerization. Everyone please turn to page 25 of your tutorial book Okay, number 3 is oxidative decarboxylation. Number 4 pun sama, oxidative decarboxylation. Okay, number 5 is substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate dash kelas Substrate ada dash substrate dash level phosphorylation. Okay, step 6 dengan step oxidation step 8 ataupun dehydrogenation. Right, okay, and step 7 is hydration. So done with that. Cikgu bagi kamu lah masa 2 I think you all dah try to attempt this question. So just you all boleh cross check semak dengan your your preparation. Okay, so let's see question component PQR. Okay, someone can please respond to teacher apa P, apa Q, apa R kelas? Idina Natalia 348. Betul 348 tu apa Idina? Okay kelas. Tutorial book muka surat 25. What is P? What is Q? What is R? Namakan compound P, compound Q and compound R. Okay, P start pada O. P start pada O. Anyone? Siapa dapat kelas? P start daripada O O means oxaloacetate P is oxaloacetate. Dapat tak kelas? P oxaloacetate. Okay kelas, if someone tak tertanya-tanya, cikgu rujuk kat mana? I'm referring to our our tutorial now kelas Okay, you can see my slide right? I'm referring to the tutorial now. We discuss about the tutorial question. So P is oxaloacetate. Okay, then what is Q? Q class? What is Q? Q of course lah citrate. Okay, Q is citrate. Okay, Cikgu Adam P oxaloacetate. Good. Okay, Q. Q class citrate isocitrate alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, Q citrate. And then R. Where is R? Okay, R is actually showing after step 5. Succinyl. R will be class after succinyl becomes succinate. So R is succinate. Dapat kelas P oxaloacetate, right? Q adalah citrate and R is succinyl. Okay, so I think that one should be no problem. Okay, oxaloacetate, citrate, succinate. Ada isu kelas tak untuk itu? Right, okay. C done. Okay, now where does the location of Krebs cycle take place? Ini kalau tak dapat ni memang saja tarik telinga. Kat mana berlaku kelas? Okay, Q citrate. Yes, betul email. Right, okay. Kelas kat mana berlaku ni? Kat mana berlaku? Okay, Cikgu Na, you all respond in the meeting, the live chat. Okay, succinate. So Cikgu oxaloacetate, very good. Alicia email, Q is citrate. Okay, and then the P, what is succinate. Okay, where does it happen kelas? Kat mana berlaku? Tadi cikgu dah highlightkan start pada M, huruf M. Where does this process take place? Matrix. Apa dia kelas? Matrix of mitochondria. Matrix of mitochondria. The words of matrix. Okay, now let's describe apa itu Krebs cycle. After you have learned all the 8 step, 8 step kelas. Okay, mesti kamu tertanya-tanya, cikgu, apa step cycle ni? Okay, so I ask you back, the question also ask you, what do you understand or how to describe Krebs cycle? Okay, jadi let's start with highlightkan this word. Okay, so it is start by further oxidation of acetyl-CoA. Okay, acetyl-CoA, as you all know just now, is actually conversion from pyruvate. Okay, pyruvate dapat benda kelas? Pyruvate from glucose. Okay, glucose breakdown metabolic pathway the 10 step to become pyruvate. Pyruvate will, with the presence of oxygen, it will enter the mitochondria and it will undergo decarboxylation and oxidation, okay, to become acetyl-CoA. So acetyl-CoA ni masih lagi banyak tenaga kan? There is a lot of electron lagi. So how to extract the electron from acetyl-CoA? So acetyl-CoA undergo the 8 step pula dalam Krebs cycle. So you explain or describe acetyl-CoA, okay, decarboxylize to become carbon dioxide and also produce NADH. This is actually referring to the link reaction and the process continue, okay, by also process by forming FADH2 and ATP. Ataupun dalam kata lain reaction that oxidize acetyl-CoA, okay, which is organic fluid derived from pyruvate to carbon dioxide. Right, so now then you understand. Oh, now I know all the time. Okay, now aku tahu masa glycolysis tak ada pembentukan carbon dioxide. Okay, so bila berlaku pembentukan carbon dioxide? Okay, during link reaction and also during Krebs cycle. Now you know now you dah tahu detail kelas when mention about respiration, cellular respiration, the formation of carbon dioxide is during Krebs cycle step 3 dengan step 4 dan juga step link reaction just now. Okay, link reaction Alright, so that is all about question for our tutorial. Okay, now teacher nak you all buka sekejap BAL. Your BAL kelas BAL. Sekejap, kalau itu structure. Okay, kalau you all tengok on page 20 kelas tengok soalan esei kejap. Soalan esei muka surat 30. Soalan esei muka surat 30 kelas 8 markah. Okay, soalan esei 38 markah. Explain the step involved in Krebs cycle. Class please turn to page apa tu? Turn to page wait. Turn to page page 30 class. Turn to page 30 where the question asks you, the essay question asks you about explain the Krebs cycle. So how are you going to explain the process class? So you have to list all the 8 steps. Okay, class, so that means how are you going to write down this explanation? So you have to refer to page 76. Nota kita muka surat 76 itu boleh bantu kamu untuk writing your explanation in order to explain the step that involved in Krebs cycle. Okay, so step 1, the unstable 2-carbon acetyl-CoA breaks, right, under the process of condensation. Nama proses kelas you name the name of the process and then you explain. Okay, explain the facts, what happened during this step. Right, so the unstable 2-carbon break, okay, the 2 acetyl group akan bind with oxaloacetate to form 6-carbon citrate. Okay, as simple as that. Actually, Krebs cycle ni tak susah kan kalau you really understand the process. Okay. Alright, then isomerization, simple, direct citrate is isomerized to isocitrate. Okay, and then step 3, oxidative decarboxylation, where it involves 2 major event. Like teacher mentioned, dia ada 2 major event ni kelas. What are 2 major event? One event is isocitrate will undergo decarboxylation. Okay, from 6 carbon become 5 carbon, membentuk carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is decarboxylation process. And then the 5 carbon will losing its electron, class. So the the isocitrate will undergo LEO. LEO means apa class? Oxidation, losing its electron, and it will the electron will be received by NAD plus. Okay, so that's why NAD plus ni akan G. G means gaining electron. Dia gain electron, dapat electron pada isocitrate, daripada isocitrate, yes, dan become NADH as an electron carrier. Right, so then the isocitrate will produce alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, alpha ketoglutarate will undergo the same process as step 4, oxidative decarboxylation juga, where it will remove carbon dioxide through the process of decarboxylation. So from 5 carbon it becomes 4 carbon. Okay, alpha ketoglutarate ni 5 carbon kelas, so it become 4 carbon, what we call as a succinyl. So alpha ketoglutarate is oxidized, like teacher mentioned, oxidation, losing its electron, LEO. Alpha ketoglutarate LEO. Okay, and the NAD plus will be G, gaining electron. Alpha ketoglutarate hilang electron pergi mana? Pergi ke NAD plus, receive the electron, and this AD plus will, bila dia receive, let me reduce lah. Okay, the reduction tadi lah gain electron, so it will form NADH and NAD plus. So in here, dalam step 4 ini kelas, the succinyl will attach with coenzyme A to become succinyl CoA, where we consider that as a high energy bond. So rugi tak extract energy kat sini. So in order to continue the metabolic pathway, it will go under step 5, what we call a substrate level phosphorylation. Ni cikgu ulang sini kelas. Okay, again as a as a recap. Right, okay. So the high energy bond of succinyl CoA breaks. So CoA is displaced by phosphate group in order to form the GTP to GTP. And as teacher mentioned earlier, GTP is familiar atau donates its phosphate to ADP to become ATP. Right, okay. So the succinyl CoA becomes succinate, still 4 carbon. Okay, and then this 4 carbon succinate akan undergo oxidation, but this time the electron carrier will be FAD. Bukanlah NAD plus, okay, bukan NAD plus. Here is FAD, where it will undergo gaining electron from the succinate. Succinate will become LEO, okay, losing electron, and this FAD will reduce to become FADH2, and then adding of water pada step 7, okay, malate akan jadi oxaloacetate. Okay, so malate step 7, fumarate akan jadi malate oxidize, okay, and become oxaloacetate. And last but not least, you all ceritalah kelas, yes, summary kan, 2/3 of Krebs cycle produce yang cikgu dah bagi tadi. So settle you all punya essay question. Okay, so done with that one. Let's see BAL satu, kita buat last kali BAL satu soalan and then we stop. Okay, then you can have a rest lah. Okay, now turn to question page BAL. BAL class soalan 4. BAL soalan 4. BAL ni tak ada numbering. So you all just turn to BAL and cari cellular respiration, and we are referring to question 4. Okay, question 4 class. So in this question, as you can see here, okay, dia bagi 5 langkah kat sini kelas. So you have to get familiar. Acetyl-CoA. Oh, kamu ingat acetyl-CoA is from link reaction. Okay, ada 2 karbon plus dengan 4 karbon. Oh, 4 karbon mestilah oxaloacetate. Okay, citrate isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl fumarate, malate, oxaloacetate. So become citrate. Okay, and then isocitrate become alpha ketoglutarate. So it's already given here langkah-langkah. Okay, ni kamu dah tengok balik kat sini. So dia tanya kelas the question asks you. Okay, apa soalan tanya kelas? Identify which step that produce NADH and ATP. Ini kita buat banyak kali tadi dah. NADH ada 3 step kelas. Okay, step 1, step 3. Kalau dalam the whole process 3, 4, 8 lah. Tapi dalam soalan ini you kena tengok stimulus soalan. Stimulus bagi kat sini step 1 kelas step 1. Okay, lagi kelas. Kat sini nampak citrate isocitrate become alpha ketoglutarate. Alpha ketoglutarate become succinyl-CoA step 2. And satu lagi ialah apa kelas? Langkah step 1, step 2 dengan step 5. ATP step 3. Okay, do not go confused. Kamu tengok cikgu tadi lain pula dengan step yang cikgu bagi. Itu adalah the whole process metabolic kelas. Ini ikut soalan, rujuk pada soalan. Okay, so how many ATP are produced? Ataupun where does this process occur? This process of TP produced during substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate mesti ada dash kelas substrate level phosphorylation substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, tiba-tiba the role of FAD. Step berapa tadi kelas? Step 6 Okay, FAD like teacher mentioned earlier, dia sama seperti NAD plus, okay, is oxidizing agent. Okay, oxidizing agent means dia akan reduce, dia akan terima elektron where it will oxidize the succinate to become fumarate. Okay, and this FAD akan terima ion hydrogen ataupun proton or electron that be lost, okay, that be lost by the succinate, okay, and become FADH2. Okay, and last but not least, last question before you take a break untuk solat dan makan. Okay, dia tanya apa nama molecule that conserve most of energy from the oxidation of Krebs cycle. Okay, of Krebs converted to a form that can be used to make ATP. Yeah, ni dua ni lah. NADH and FADH2, where these two molecule yang carry the electron from that they receive from the substance, okay, during the process, they will transfer or donate the electron to the ETC, where nanti kita akan tengok the involvement of oxygen as a finite electron acceptor, and the photon tadi akan involve in chemiosmosis, a very tremendous ataupun a very awesome pathway, metabolic pathway in order to produce our chemical energy, which is ATP. Alright, Alhamdulillah, I think I've done Krebs cycle today class Okay, the concept and also discussing the tutorial question and also the BAL question as well. Okay, so that's all. Please read up for our next topic. Okay, what next topic apa kelas? Yes, next topic is the ending of cellular respiration, where what we call as a oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, this one is another interesting metabolic pathway yang involve also technical terms. Okay, and teacher nak you go through and read up. Right, okay. So with that, kalau tak ada apa-apa, is there anything you can drop a class Okay, so Shishan, yes, thank you for attending our class today. We meet again next week, insyaAllah class. Okay, so see you, bye. Assalamualaikum class, bye. Thank you.